obviously down from the peaks up here, right? The whole crypto market has kind of gone sideways here. But what does Luigi Amata say? The bigger the base, the higher in space. The bigger the base, the higher in space.
We on location. I remember way back. You ain't have no swag. You did a little research. Now you got a moon bag. Now you got a new walk. Now you got new swag. You did a little research. Now you got a moon bag. Well, let me show you what the moon bag's like. You take them gains when it gets that high. I mean, the market may dip for a little bit. That's when I hurry up and buy. Me, I just wanna rub them thighs. I like my oatmeal chunky. Banana nuts all in it. Shit, you're talking about the blockchain monkeys. It's a solo nation.
Now, when it comes to crypto, we're talking about cold storage. Get your crypto off the exchange and into a cold storage wallet to where only you have access, okay? DCENT wallet link in the description. Now, what is going on, blockchain monkeys? Eagle here, to thank you for coming to my jungle. First of all, I'm no financial advisor whatsoever, nor am I professional in blockchain technology. But there is one thing that I absolutely will do, and that's give my opinion. So today, we have got to get to it. We are talking Fednow, XLM, XDC, and XRP. But you know what? Before we can even get started, I'm gonna need you to rub them hands together. Real vigorously. Slide on Twitter. And now, do you see the integration here, ladies and gentlemen? MUFG invests in blockchain interoperability startup DataChain. And so we have here, today, blockchain interoperability startup DataChain said it has received funding from Japan's biggest bank, MUFG. The two firms have been working together since last year on blockchain interoperability. But I would like to take a look inside of DataChain's website. And I see they're connecting the world through interoperability. But when you slide on down here, ladies and gentlemen, YUI, a Hyperledger lab project to enable interoperability between multiple heterogeneous ledgers and support cross-chain application development. As you can see here, Ethereum, Hyperledger Bisu, Quorum, Hyperledger Fabric Encoder. Hello, XDC. Hello, Quant. Hello, Atom and Cosmos with the IBC integration. Ladies and gentlemen, it is right in your face. Coming in hot, we have CryptoNair D, XDC Network in phase 1, R3, Inigio, and Cargo X in phase 2, Trade Tech Trada, Trade Trust, Comgo, Trade Shift, and Supplier Plus in phase 3. You might want to take a closer look into the screen for those with bad eyes. Take a look at this mind map, ladies and gentlemen. Right underneath the surface, in the midst of all this distraction and chaos, and in the middle of an XRP lawsuit with Ripple, what are they building? I don't know. These are just questions I got. And coming in hot from the XDC Foundation, last month we celebrated XDC Network's mainnet's 4th anniversary. Today, let's take a moment and reflect on the journey. As you take a look right here, ladies and gentlemen, I want to show you this real quick about the ITFA. XDC Network became more involved in the global trade finance as the first and to date only layer 1 blockchain to join the International Trade and Forfeiting Association. June 2020, this move opened the door for financial institutions and fintechs to utilize the benefits of tokenization and digital assets for trade finance. And this coming in from Chad Steingraber, you have Fednow coming in hot. ISO 222, custom settlement engines like Fusion, Volpay, T24 connect Fednow through a single plug-and-play API and then operate as designed. Take a look at this. It is right there for you. And speaking of Fednow, you got XRP bags coming in hot with this Fednow news. Take a listen.
The providers of Fednow have built their technology around the Ripple net. The providers will operate as they had built their settlement engines. ISO 20022, let's do it. Ripple plus Temenos demo.
So we're going to focus on what the blockchain can deliver. So what we have here is a bank at one end connecting to the T24. Then the Blue Zell technologies tapping into the T24, which will talk to the Ripple network, which is a Ripple protocol blockchain, and send money overseas. So let's do a demo. Here I am, Coast Capital Bank, and I'm the teller. John comes to me and says, hey, I'm going to send some money. Let's see, need some Canadian. I'll put in the account number for Coast Capital. There we go. And put in CAD account. We're going to send it to our European partner. Let's say it's Nordea. Credit account EUR. And I'm going to pick a random dollar figure of 78 euros that he needs. So just like this.
They're showing you how they're going to do it.
What the teller sees in T24. Let's look at the deal. Everything's there. I got the rate that came up. Now the rate that comes up is what the Ripple protocol will come back with from the market makers. It's an efficient path finding algorithm. I validated the deal, and now you saw the transaction happen, complete. So this is what's happened on the bank side right now. So let's recap. Bluezell, the D24 stack, at Coast Capital, talked to Bluezell, went to the Ripple protocol, the blockchain.
Hello.
Efficient rate of going from Canadian dollars to euro, and said, okay, let's finish that transaction. So all the messaging is done behind the scenes in real time, and then the transaction will happen over the blockchain. So here
There it is, ladies and gentlemen.
Actual blockchain ledger for Coast Capital. And there you see right there, 78 euros got instantly transacted. Where before it took 2 weeks, took seconds.
And then we have here digital assets daily. Ripple's XRP and Stellar's XLM forge alliance to take on the crypto market with potential swift integration on the horizon. And so we have here blockchain heavyweights, Ripple, Stellar, and IOTA have come together in a strategic alliance that could transform the crypto market. Ladies and gentlemen, we knew what they were doing before we even saw this article. Don't even try to kid yourself, okay? Their involvement with ISO 222, a global standard for financial data exchange, further elevates their status and paves the way for more efficient, decentralized payment system. But if you slide on down here real quick. And so we got here, Ripple has been a member of ISO 222 since 2020. While Stellar and IOTA recently joined, their participation in the international standard opens up opportunities for integration with SWIFT, the most widely used global financial messaging network. A SWIFT integration would allow these blockchain projects to harness the network's vast infrastructure, streamlining cross-border transactions and expanding their user base. And coming off the top ropes, ladies and gentlemen, you have here Dan Moore Jr. You talk about a stone cold beast when it comes to this XRP research. Ladies and gentlemen, you might want to take a look. We got here, I had the pleasure of speaking with Craig DeWitt, Crypto Cowboy, where we discuss a range of topics, talking about Real Super Mojo, ETHgate, CBDCs, Fednow, and more. Now we have here, does Fednow make Ripple's job easier, a level playing field? Take a listen and let me know what you think.
Right, and it could be just an option, right? Like Fedwire is an option. You don't have to use Fedwire. You can use ACH, which I believe is the private sector, right? That does ACH, so it's not in the end all be all. Now, with all that being said, though, I believe the Fed actually has announced the Fednow platform, right? That's live now. So we do have real-time payments as we speak, or is it, I think it's coming up soon or something. Does that make Ripple's work easier to do? The last mile type of situation, having that upgraded infrastructure going from.
Whether you're a monkey or a gorilla in this jungle, you can smell it.
To the next, does that make everything easier and smoother?
Yeah, so starting with what Fednow is, I like Fednow because it starts to offer a level playing field. Historically, commercial banks like JP Morgan, who have accounts everywhere and a critical mass of accounts, have been able to do things just on their internal ledger that other banks can't, namely instant transfers, because that's just ones and zeros on their own database. Fednow is cool because anybody who has an account at the Federal Reserve, whether you're a credit union or a financial institution, you have access to doing these instantaneous payments. And what that means is now they can offer better experiences to their customers, whether it's through your banking app or something else to do instant payments, including to merchants. It's very cool. That's actually good for business in the United States. Now, like in terms of where that goes for a company like Ripple really benefits from more efficient domestic payment systems. And I think one thing that we learned very early on is that domestic payment systems, while they are not perfect, like buying a cup of coffee today with a credit card with Visa, not that bad, right? Like the actual rails themselves aren't that bad. Where you run into a little bit of trouble is the actual mechanics around the dollar itself and the infinity printing press that goes up. But putting that aside, domestic payments are actually decent today. Fednow is going to make that a little better. There's going to be other innovations as well. The real problem in payments, like the one that hurts the worst, is how you string together international payments. because for domestic payment, usually you have a central bank, and that central bank is able to do things as fast as they want to because everything reconciles to their ledger. On a cross-border basis, you don't have a supranational bank. There's no bank of banks, right? Unless you're talking about Citigroup. And so getting rid of those correspondent banks and just connecting to hyper-efficient domestic systems, that's a future where you could have instantaneous cross-border payment from, call it US to Japan, for fractions of a penny.
Are you getting this, ladies and gentlemen? The power of this, like, come on.
That's not going to use a currency to do that, a government denominated currency. That's going to use a crypto asset, and XRP is really well suited for that.
Cause it's the standard in this bitch. XRP. I went to YouTube University, and now they mocking me with no degree. We saying by the swift, keep it walking. Respecting elders in these bushes. Bitcoin is talking.
You don't have to be rich to be taking advantage of this. This was the beginning of the greatest transformation of wealth the world has ever fucking seen since World War II.
Blockchain. Blockchain. We talking about an intellectual choo-choo train. It's DLT up in these streets, man. That's why we rip all on that blockchain. Blockchain.